You need to sign my papers and get my divorce. Yeah, you need to sign my papers and get my divorce. Yeah. Morning, y'all. Happy Sunday in this Ponderosa. It is time for us to discuss love and marriage, DC. And if you have not seen this episode, baby, let me tell you something. It was the best episode of the season. Okay. Everybody was involved. Okay. Everybody was involved. Everybody was an active participant in this episode. And baby, let me tell you something. When they get active, they are good. Okay. They are good. This was a good, let me tell y'all something. I laughed so hard this episode, I could barely take my notes. Okay. I could barely take my notes. But listen, before we get into that, Sky Squad, we are back in the building, baby. And I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in, tapping in, and diving in with me on this good Sunday morning. Okay. Now, if you are in the chat, go ahead and let us know where you're watching from, because y'all know we just a little bit nosy and we like to know where our family is watching from. Okay. Hey, Dayton, Ohio, I see you. Come on now, Arlington, Texas. Come on now. I see y'all in the chatterization. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, happy Sunday to all you beautiful kings and queens. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready. Camo, Kansas City. I see you in the building. Hey, St. Louis, Bay Area, y'all. Yes, Jersey, Louisville, New Haven, Milwaukee. We got Derby City, New Jersey, Centerville, Palm Beach, Alabama, baby, Jacksonville, Texas, Miramar, Lithonia, okay, Johannesburg, London, baby, Allen, Texas. I don't know, Darnell. I was on 10 laughing today. Okay. I literally just finished watching the episode and I had to do a little something special for y'all. Okay. Had to do a little something special for my people. Okay. And so it's going down. It's going down. So just to let you guys know, your boy will be taping for MSNBC. Okay. A little bit later on today. I don't know if it'll air today or if it will air tomorrow. I think it will actually air tomorrow. Okay. I think it'll air tomorrow. But I'm not necessarily sure. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Um, I'm super excited. It's basically for you guys know Simone Sanders. So I'm super excited to be a part of that. I cannot wait to dive into the hot topics. And then tomorrow morning, I will be on Good Day DC to basically kind of, give my opinion on hot topics as well. So we got a lot of things going on today and tomorrow. Okay. So y'all be tuned in, tapped in, and I'll let y'all know where everything is so you guys can watch it should you choose to. Okay. And it's just a blessing to be able to continue to do the work. That's all. It's all God, baby. It's all God. So now let's get into this episode of Love and Marriage DC, baby. Let me tell you something. If you are not watching this show, last night's episode was a 10 out of 10. Yes, God, we is 10 out of 10 on last night's episode. Let me tell you something. I want you guys to rate in the chat what you guys would give this episode on a scale of 1 to 10. And for me, I'm going to give it a 10. And like I said, because last night I felt like this episode, I felt like everybody was active. Everybody was an active participant. The entire cast was together. And to be quite honest with you, this entire cast, I think they work better when they're together. And that means everybody. That means the full-time cast, the friends, as well as the guest appearances. Okay, the special guest appearances. Yes. Last night, this episode, let me tell y'all something. I cracked up laughing so hard. And if it was not, let me tell you something. This right here.
papers and give my divorce. Hey, yeah, you need to sign my papers and give my divorce. Cause you've been lying before you got here. You've been lying for the last 2 years. You need to sign my papers and give my divorce.
Yes, come on now on this good Sunday morning. Okay, took us right on to church. And you went to church last night if you happened to catch it. So for me, if I could even give it an 11 or 12, I would give it an 11, 12 just for the single alone, okay? Just for the single alone, okay? Oh, Lord, listen. I don't know what they thinking over there to the own, but they should have made Winter a full-time cast member on this show, baby. They should have made her a full-time cast member on this show. I laughed so hard, okay? So hard, okay? Meanwhile, let's get into the episode, okay? Mind you, I was in LA last weekend, so I didn't even get to see last week's episode. But this one, even though I had to put together what was going on based on the context clues, it was still good. Okay, listen, the spirit is moving. The spirit is moving. It's always moving. Okay. We start off this episode with the group over to Monique's. Okay. Monique and Chris have obviously just told the rest of the crew that Winter is coming, along with this the sexual therapist, okay? And because it's based, I think the sex therapist is Winter's friend, okay? And so Chris apparently said, well, you know what? I will see your Winter and I will raise you a Kevin, okay? Because I invited him. How about that? Okay. So, the rest of the group is like, oh, wow. Okay. So anyway, they get onto the Sprinter van or whatever, and they start, recapping Kevin coming. And, apparently in last week's episode, the Kevin met with the guys. Okay. And so Kevin had brought along with him, okay, a folder, okay? A folder. He had a folder full of papers, okay? And he gonna have the same folder full of paperworks today, okay, in this episode. But we're gonna talk about this folder in just a little while, okay? We're gonna talk about it in just a little bit. But right now, we gotta get down to the players, okay? So Monique says she doesn't really know if Winter is gonna show up or not, but if I was her, you couldn't have paid me to miss it, okay? Because she getting paid to be there, all right? With reality TV, you want to be in as many episodes as you possibly can. You know what I'm saying? Whether you a friend, whether you main cast or not, okay? So anyway, Kevin apparently doesn't think that they're going through a divorce. And apparently there was an ebook about their marriage. And allegedly the ebook was a transcription of a conversation they had or a speech she gave for a master class. And she gives it away as a free gift when she has her events and things of that nature. Now, she did make reference to these events when I had my interview with her. So that these do seem to be something that actually happens in real life. Okay. So Quick is like, well, who do y'all believe? Now, he believes the man with all the papers and things. Okay. And the ladies, especially Ashley, believe that the man is a scammer. So anyway, they arrive at Monique's house in Newburgh. And all I could think about is the late, great T'Challa swooping down and scaring the living daylights out of Wendy Acefo on the Real Housewives of Potomac. But anyway, Monique has fun gifts for everybody when they arrive. She has some fun-sized Snickers bars for DJ Quick, a red strobe light for Jamie, and she has a gag for herself, okay? Meanwhile, Winter arrives with a full head of hair, okay? New hair, who dis, okay? No longer is she going to be rocking, the the side piece. No, it will no longer be this, baby. No longer is it this. Now she got the full head, okay? The full head, okay, just like that. It's looking like that. So it's no more side piece. Okay, gone is the side piece. All right, because nobody really likes a side piece anyway. Meanwhile, none of the women are really happy to see her. Okay, and she notices that the energy is tense, and Arena and Winter are still annoyed at each other from their last Ponderosa. All right. Quick and Ashley are not letting up off these fun-sized jokes the entire time she is there. All right. Kimberly Nicole says Winter pulled out of main cast when Kevin's ish hit the fan. Justice for Gene Jack. Not justice for Gene Jack. Oh Lord. So the therapist starts to work, you know, and I always, when I'm listening to people talk about their sex lives when they be on TV, and Quick start talking about how they be having the relations 5 times in a row. I never believe stuff like that. And I just have to say it out loud. Listen, I love Quick and Ashley. I do. But I never believe it because I just feel like 5 times. Is it 5 times for you or is it 5 times for her? Okay. I don't know nothing about the woman's anatomy and how many times women can actually arrive at the place where they arrive. I've heard it could be multiples and multiples of of times and waves and waves and waves and roller coasters and things like that. I mean, now the male, when the male climax, it's a rush of excitement, but it don't be the waves like I be hearing about that the women experience. You know what I'm saying? So maybe for her it's 5 times, but I know now if I know how the male anatomy works, the thing is tired. Okay, it's up right now. Okay, but you get into that that second time, and it's like this. It just don't usually work like that. So I never really believe those types of things when people be saying them on TV. But whatever. The therapist asked Ashley, "Girl, is you over 40?" Ashley is like, "No, bitch. I'm not over 40." Listen, y'all know I don't even curse like that, but I couldn't. I gotta stay in the spirit of the character at this moment, right? And the lady was basically like, "Well, listen, it's not because you look 40 or old or nothing like that. It's basically because for her, the therapist was saying that women, tend to have a sexual resurgence in their libido around the age of 40. Okay, boom. And Quick's talk, that's when Quick talks about going 5 rounds, and I kind of like, well, I'm gonna have to talk to Ashley about that one. Or Quick. Because I need to find out, how was you doing that? What you take? Meanwhile, Tasha and Neil have a different problem. All right. And to be quite honest with you, ain't nothing wrong with being over 40 because 40 and 50 is the new 30, baby. Okay. I mean, it just is. All right. So anyway, Tasha and Neil have a different problem. She want him to get a vasectomy because she don't want to have no more kids. Okay. And so she just petrified at this point. And he got to wear the condoms and things. Jamie and Arena, according to Jamie. Now I got to go back and rewind it. Did he say that they having brother-sister sex, or did he just say they more like brothers and sisters? Because I could have sworn I heard Monique say brother-sister sex. So I had to stop for a second. I said, I don't know what that's like. I don't want to know what that's like. But it don't sound too savory to me. Okay, it really don't. The problem is mainly they have the intimacy issues according to Arena. She need a little wine and dine, and he want a little. He all he want is a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Okay, that's an easy fix to me. I mean, just wine her down. Give her some Hennessy, or something like. What do people drink when they about to before they about to go? Try to uh give somebody to warm them up. I think the people drink Hennessy. What y'all drink? Okay, what y'all drink before y'all get ready? To get a little comfortable with somebody. But just put it down in the chatterization. Okay, is it Hennessy? Is it Remy? Is it E&J? Is it the Casamigos? Okay, what y'all be drinking? Just let me know. Leon just said anything can happen. Yasmin, I can't put that on the screen, okay? Oh God. Yes, baby. The E&J. Take away this Moscato, Daphne. I hate that word. Oh God. Oh, y'all, it's cracking me up. Meanwhile, Chris and Monique don't have no sexual issues. Okay, they having selfish sex, so they wham bam. Thank you. I just give it to me. I'm just here. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So they both on the same wave. But the more interesting thing is Monique wants more intimacy, and Chris hits on something that I think a lot of probably men suffer with, and maybe probably more than women, is like this idea of being introduced to the I'm trying to think of a different word for the word that I'm trying to use. Um, when you watching the movies, okay, of the sexual nature. Let me just call it that, okay? A lot of men get introduced to the idea of sex through that, and in that it is very male focused, right? When men are watching those types of movies, it feels almost like it's made more for men than it is for women, right? And so that had become his idea of what the sexual experience is supposed to be. And I think for a lot, and I'm learning that a lot more men I'm learning about are practicing, not watching those types of movies and actually saving, and I think they call it like semen retention, and they're actually saving it for those special moments, with their partners versus, expending that sexual energy on nothing. Okay. Adult movies. Oh my God. Thank you so much, boo. Adult movies. Thank you. Okay. And in this moment, I love the transparency because that's not something that's typically talked about on these types of shows. And so I love that they went into this discussion, and snaps to Chris for being so open and vulnerable about that, because the nasty flicks. Yep. Um I just thought that was just dope. I mean, and then apparently Valentine's Day they got it popping in some way, shape, or form to the point where they both fell asleep on each other. Okay, then that's what you want, I think. Anyway, Winter wants to interject. Okay, she went down to the Mexico. All right, and Ashley just wants to know: did you have relations with a strange man while you was down there? No. Okay. But Winter does want to apologize to the folks for making fun of the men's, you know what I'm saying, and giving nicknames and things like that, because what she has witnessed in this moment is true vulnerability amongst the couples, and that lets her know that there is, hope for marriage and something great for her. And it honestly was a good scene altogether, because I do feel like everybody got really open and transparent about what they're experiencing. Normally, again, I cringe at these scenes, but the way they all talked about it, whether they said something that seemed off or not, it did not matter, and I appreciate that on a show like this. The therapist continues on or whatever, and she encourages everybody to get freaky with their spouse over the weekend. Arena then pulls Winter aside and apologizes for their argument, and they connect over Winter is going through emotionally with Kevin. And Winter lets her know that she's in therapy and she has him blocked. And Arena then lets her know that Kevin has presented the guys with a folder full of evidence indicating that he is still a married man. Okay. And she tells Arena, I'm the one that's divorcing him. Meanwhile, Monique and Chris have spread the food, and the plates is all out for everybody to eat their food. And Monique says, no more vegan food for these people. If y'all want to eat these bottom feeding sea roaches, here you go. And all I'm thinking to myself is, I want all the bottom feeding sea roaches for myself, okay? Because I love me a crab boil. Give me some shrimps, some grits. I mean, you can keep the corn, but throw in some sausage and everything like that too, okay? Because that's what I'm trying to eat, okay? And if you don't want it, if you don't want the sea roaches, more for me, okay? Ashley says, she talks about Quick requiring a home cooked meal, okay, every 2 days. And I was like, that's a lot. But that's good though. Because, at home, my mama be fixing. I remember my mama was cooking every night. Okay. So maybe that's just how, I feel like that's how it used to be. But I feel like now, as I've gotten older, I'm not trying to cook no meal I cannot stand standing over a stove. Okay. I can cook, but I can't stand standing over no stove. I could be doing something else with my time. The food can be brought to me. Okay. So Monique is like, yeah, girl, I ain't trying to cook neither. I didn't sign up to be no housewife. Ashley is like, you literally signed up to be a housewife. I guess she forgot. Anyway, Monique wants to know what Arena and Winter were talking about off in the corner. And see, this is what I mean. Because Monique is a seasoned reality TV personality, she knows to get right down to business. Okay, get it started. And so Arena's like, we smooth things over, but Ashley still feels like it was some type of generic apology and it wasn't enough. But, Winter feels like it was enough. And Ashley's like, I don't want nothing to do with nobody like you. She's still upset about the fun-sized comment about DJ Quick, okay? So Monique is like, well, Winter, can you talk to them about what you're going through? Because that might make a difference. But Ashley don't have time for whatever Winter is going through with her embezzling husband, allegedly. So they argue, and Monique is, I don't know what she was eating, because she wasn't eating the sea roaches. She wasn't eating the sea cockroaches and ants and things. But whatever Monique was throwing down on in the middle of this argument, she was not looking up from that food, okay? So I guess she was eating Sprouts or something like that, because the woman did not, was like, this food, whatever she had on her plate was good, okay? But she probably had some potatoes or something. Maybe the corn on the cob that they put in. No, I don't even think she wanted her food associated with the sea cockroaches and things. So she probably had a whole separate thing made for her that was all of the vegan food or whatever, okay? But her eyes did not leave that plate. Meanwhile, they get into Ashley talking about the rumors about Quick. And then Winter is like, well, why don't you know about the rumors? And I'm thinking, what are the rumors? Everybody wants to know what the rumors are. We still don't know what that is. So anyway, Arena is like, you know what? Everybody ain't got to be friends. Ashley, you ain't got to see her. Ashley is like, but here I am seeing her. I'm looking right at her. What do you mean, Arena? Like, how am I not supposed to see this woman? She's here, okay? So then the doorbell ring, ding dong, and then it's Kevin, okay? Now Kevin, who has not seen Winter for about 9 months, okay, is now going to be seeing his wife, Winter, for the first time, okay? But Chris doesn't want everybody to make a mockery of the situation, and Kevin, when he comes down with his briefcase, okay, full of stacks and stacks and stacks of files, okay, he lets her know, Winter, I miss you, okay? But she reminds him, you are the one who left and went back to the basement, Timmy, okay? Timmy is a reference to Passions, in case you didn't know. The witch Tabitha kept a little doll, a life-size doll named Timmy, down to the basement, okay? So pretty much that's been Kevin much of this season. Timmy, i.e. down to the basement, and we ain't really seen much of him, except when he pop up to bring up his files and paperwork and things, okay? So the group starts pressing him for questions. I mean, question after question. And Chris is like, whoa, everybody stop asking him so many questions. So apparently, the Still Married ebook, okay? The Still Married ebook, all right, um, is filled with transcriptions of professed love and abundance, okay, from their time together, okay? Now, I want to know how much of that time they actually lived under the same roof, but that's another question for another day. What we do know is this ebook is supposed to be filled with receipts that show that this man is still, in fact, married. Okay. And so I present to you all right, exhibits 5 through 100. Okay. Papers after 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 papers of nothing. Okay. Of absolutely nothing. I don't even know what these documents were for, what they were supposed to say. The only papers that are relevant in this moment to me are the divorce papers that you are either going to sign or you're not going to sign. Which one is it going to be, sir? Which one is it going to be? All right. So anyway, Ashley is like, I don't even like this B, but I think she's right. Okay. So Kevin shushes Ashley and she's had enough and she needs to go get a drink. So Quick is now heading out with Ashley because he realizes that only a scammer will bring all these papers to a crab boil that say nothing. Okay. So they start to feel a little empathy for her. So Jamie and Arena and Tasha and Neil, they leave as well, and they all upstairs recapping the situation. And I'm thinking to myself, if I'm the producer, I'm like, nope, you better get yourself, one of y'all better go back down there, okay? Because to me, when there is an argument happening and you on reality TV, you need to be in the scene. You do not leave the scene. You cannot clock out of work it's only been 4 hours. You got an 8-hour shift. You better clock back in. This ain't your lunch break. What you doing? You got food down here. Eat it, okay? And you will sit in this conversation, as awkward as it is, and we'll film you and film your reactions, and you will be a part of this madness, okay? But see, that's a reality rookie mistake right there, to leave a scene when there's something popping off. No, that's why Chris and Monique was sitting right there calmly as can be, eating their food, eating their not so savory. They weren't eating the cockroaches, but they were sitting there eating the plants, whatever they was eating. But that's why you didn't see them move, okay? So anyway, somebody got to Ashley. I believe one of the producers said, "Get back downstairs," okay? So Ashley said, "You know what? I'm gonna go back downstairs." So Kevin tries to come sit beside Winter, and she runs and skedaddles to the other side, okay? So apparently, the man lied, okay, allegedly, about being a licensed architect, okay? And suddenly, that's when we get Winter breaking out in the song. You need to sign my papers and get my divorce. You need to sign my papers and get my divorce. And they start to play in the church music, okay? And I can't even take, at this point, I'm literally done. I can barely take my notes at this point. And this song is so good. Even Ashley is in the background bopping to it. I was like, now see, this is what I had been waiting for in this. Like, it was so ridiculous, but in my mind, it was like the best moment of television. It was just genius. I don't know what made this woman break out into a song like that. I don't even know where it came from. All I know is that it was everything. It was everything to me. Okay. So anyway, she walks out because she thinks somebody need to get this man a pen so he can sign those divorce papers. And I'm like, girl, you should have brought him with you. You knew you was gonna see him. Okay. Anyway, so Winter and Ashley, they convene out in the hallway and they chat. And Ashley realizes that somewhere under all of this drama and chaos is somebody she would have connected with. And so they have another ponderosa. They talk about the fun size moment, and Winter gives another apology. But Ashley doesn't understand girl, how did you not see that this man is a swindler? She's like, I met him one time today, and I realized that man is a swindler. How did you not see it? But Winter says exactly what she told me in the interview, that, he wooed her under the guise of being a good Christian man, okay? You know what I'm saying? And clearly she likes the church, okay? So that's how she got him. Monique is downstairs trying to talk some sense into Kevin, but she not getting through. So she's like, I gotta go. So as Chris is walking the man out, the man is still talking about the folders, the files, the documents, the papers, and Chris is just like, get out. Okay. And so back into the room where Quick and where Ashley and Winter are. Monique has joined them, and so has Arena. But this time, Arena got a microphone. Okay. And so they all get to singing one last time. Okay.
You need to sign my papers and give my divorce.
Yeah.
You need to sign my papers and give my divorce.
Yeah.
You've been lying before you got here. You've been lying for the last 2 years. You need to sign my papers and give my divorce. Woo!
Yes. Okay. And so that's how the episode ends, baby. It was good. And then I realized I thought that was going to be the finale. Nope. We got one more to go. Okay. It's still more drama to come. This show is still giving us mileage. And I'm like, here for it. Okay. Listen, I'm excited about this show at this point. Like, they have definitely reignited my passion for the show. JMW says Ashley was all in the paperwork, and Ashley, thank you for being nice to Winter at that moment. She needed a sound ear. She did, actually. I thought that was really, really nice. It was nice to see the women come back together again and just kind of be on the same page. I thought that was really, really good, because if they continue down the path of like not being I don't know, I just kind of feel like I don't want them to be a disjointed cast. Speaking of which, I had a thought, and I'm just going to introduce this idea to if anybody at the Bravo is listening to me right now. So there's a friend, well, I haven't seen her in a couple of years, actually. But she is somebody that I know and I follow on Instagram, and she had posted this. Basically, it's an event of some sort that is being had, and Sherelle the trainer. I don't know if you guys know Sherelle or not, but she is part of the Forever Duncan couple. I don't know if you guys recall who they are, but they were a couple that got married, and the husband had done all of the work for the marriage, like to set the wedding up, and he surprised her with the marriage. So he had set up for her to go and get her hair done. He had the dress already ready, the bridesmaids and everybody else was already ready, and so she walked into the situation by herself. And well, not by herself, but she just didn't. She walked into the situation blind. And this went viral or whatever, but I knew her before that. And I thought to myself, when I saw this post from from Sherelle that featured Ashley and Destiny, and I thought to myself, wow, like it would be amazing if Sherelle was brought on next season as a friend, because I feel like they just need like one more couple. And this is them right here. They have a podcast. He's like a Grammy nominated or Grammy winning producer. She just has like the personality that I think would absolutely fit this show. And so I think that if you got this couple on there with the couples that we already have, I think that you guys would have like a very dynamic season 2, because you always want to be expanding into and growing the show. But once I saw this connection, I was like, oh my God, Sherelle would make so much sense. Her personality is insane. So that's what I was thinking about for next season, y'all. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. What y'all think needs to happen? Keep everybody. I say bring in another couple, and I think keep Winter as a full-time cast member. And baby, we have a show for next season. We have got a show for next season. All right. So listen. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to our Ponderosa about love and marriage, DC. This show, I laughed and laughed and laughed this episode. It was so good, and we need more of this for season 2. Okay. So with that being said, did I say Bravo? If I said Bravo, my bad. I meant OWN. Okay. My bad. Y'all know these are the two networks that I'm typically like, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Thank you though. Anyway, so with that being said, y'all, we're gonna catch y'all in the next video. You know what? Let's just end it on this. Why not? One more time.
You need to sign my papers and get my divorce. Hey, yeah, you need to sign